So what's the Grape Explorer we're talking about today? Well, we want to highlight obviously some wines that we think are really interesting that people might not be familiar with. They might, of course, have never heard of the regions. That's why we do the Grape Explorer, because we want to talk about not only grapes, but we want to talk about regions. And we're highlighting a lot in France because we do feel that there's some undiscovered wines that we want to bring to the attention of the wine world. So here we have a very interesting property. This is actually from Bordeaux region, and they are located in an area called the Cote de Blaye, which, as you can see, it's a right bank wine. So if you zoom in right there, it is right across from the Medoc, which if you look on the map, you can see actually Margaux is just right across from the river. So a lot of people really do not know this area. This is called Cote de Blaye. So we did want to highlight, though, this property, which is called Chateau Bel Aire Royere. And this is owned by a woman named Corrine Chevrier. And Corrine is a very interesting gal. She actually, this is all certified organic wines, which she's one of the leading people in France for certified organic wine. And as you can see from this wine, she has a parcel of old vine Malbec, which is about 75, 80-year-old Malbec vines that she actually uses on the property. And she feels that this wine is so good just on its own, because Bordeaux is blended grapes, blended wines, that she makes this 100% Malbec. And because it comes from the Bordeaux region, she could actually call this wine Malbec. And Malbec is one of the grapes that is allowed in Bordeaux. So some of her wines, which are her Bordeaux blends, will be mostly Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and she does put in Malbec. But she calls this one Justin Malbec, which is quite unique for the name. But you can see from the color, it's quite dark. It has really intense flavors. You get a lot of the blue fruits and mixed red fruits, lots of spice that Malbec has a tendency to do. Of course, we know Malbec is in Argentina. We do know that Malbec is another grape that actually started out in the Cahors region of southwest France. But a lot of people don't realize that Malbec used to be one of the top grapes that was actually grown in Bordeaux. And a lot of the wines had a lot of Malbec. Some famous properties like Chateau Lynch-Bages historically had a lot of Malbec. So you do not see this grape too much, because a lot of people pulled out the Malbec vines to plant more Cabernet Sauvignon, because that was the wine, the grape that was of interest more for Bordeaux wines. But there were some people that did keep Malbec going. Corrine is one of those people who carry the banner of Malbec. But again, Bel Aire Royere is under the radar. Cote de Blaye is a wine that people don't realize. We've actually visited the property, went there, and you can actually take a ferry from Cote de Blaye right across to Margaux. And some people do that. They even have their cars, so they don't have to drive all the way around and come all the way to downtown Bordeaux. They can just cross the river Gironde, which is right there. But beautiful wines that people really need to pay attention. Cote de Blaye, because a wine like this retails for under $20 a bottle. That's an exceptional value in the scheme of things, because again, you're starting to see more varietal wines coming out of Bordeaux. But you'll see a Cabernet, or you'll see a Merlot, but very rarely will you ever see 100% Malbec from Bordeaux. Again, this is the Grape Explorer. We're talking about grapes, and we're also talking about wine.